Well, hey guys. So I think it's time for us to get started on some American Fork.
Let's
What do
do
you
it.
guys?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I'm really glad to have Lori back to play Amanda Waverly. Waverly? Or is it Weaverly?
It's actually pronounced
Waverly.
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 Yeah.
Waverly.
Yeah.
Waverly.
She did such an excellent job last time. We sorely missed her for her role.
You can't take all the lady roles, Jeff.
I know.
Leave some for the ladies.
I know. But you have like the best one in this one. So
Thank you. Thank you.
girl
guys.
power, y'all.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I see I'm getting some bow love. Thank you.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh, that is a gigantic bow. That's brilliant.
I thought that bow was like a filter
Gary, we
that
just
was.
were like in
I thought that was like
rehearsal together for,
I know. I'm not very observant.
I legitimately
Lori's
thought that
here!
bow was like a Snapchat filter or something
Well,
because it was so big and so like stark that I
Shiny,
didn't
yeah.
think it was real.
I love
Well,
that.
Everyone knows Annie is a gift.
The
Now, can we?
authentic Snapchat.
Do not open until Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
All right, guys.
Zombie Theater After Dark.
Nah.
Let's do this.
Nah. Okay.
Let's do this, guys.
Let's do it.
Bethany, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Hello again, Radio for All listeners, and welcome to a very special holiday episode of American Fork, RFA's first true crime podcast. I'm your host, Bethany Lake, recording on location in, where else? American Fork, UT. We are here trying to solve the caper of who stole this beautiful town's beloved Big Arza, the world's largest operational deep fryer. Once again, I'm joined in the studio by RFA's social media maven and my new favorite co-host, Amanda Waverly.
Hey, RFA fam! So hyped to be in the studio again. Seriously, it's like I am my own goals. And I have you to thank for it, B. And this week is extra special because it's Christmas time in American Fork.
Yes, it is, Amanda. And no one does Christmas quite like the people of American Fork. It's not just the Christmas trees. The whole town is lit.
Yes, queen! You finally used lit correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is a Christmas miracle.
Thank you so much. I've been practicing all month. It wasn't that long ago that my neighbor's dog passed, and I told him it was lit. He did not love it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm super glad you did figure it out. But we should probably talk about the fire holiday attractions in American Fork before we get into the investigation, right?
Oh, yes, of course. American Fork truly goes all out for the holidays. They are even recognized as a North Pole satellite workshop. And they throw an official Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Christmas parade every year that's sponsored by Mitt Romney and the descendants of Joseph Smith.
Facts. This place is a verified Xmas town. It's like they might as well have a red and white check mark next to their handle.
Excuse me?
Don't worry, the kids will get it.
Oh, how lit.
No, you're using it wrong again.
Well, in any case, the American Fork Board of Tourism asked us to remind any of our listeners who plan to visit the town about the following attractions. First, there's the traditional American Fork production of A Christmas Carol with an ensemble of players from AFHS. Because nothing says holiday cheer like child actors.
What?
All attendees will receive a magic glasses ornament courtesy of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If you're still looking for holiday joy, head down to the American Fork Iron Works shop where every year they proudly display their smelted nativity scene made entirely out of, you guessed it, folks,
What?
iron.
Wow, this town really gets in the holiday spirit. Though I will say, I went to check out the nativity scene the other day and it felt like less Son of God and more like Game of Thrones. Let's hope it doesn't end the same way.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, stop. You stop.
Before we move on to today's interview, our production manager, Teresa Marshall, has an important announcement.
holidays to all the RFA listeners and American Forkians out there. I just wanted to remind you all to hold your loved ones close this year because you never know when you might lose them. Here at RFA, we lost our beloved PA, Curtis Landers, and all we want for Christmas is a safe return. So if any of you listening know anything about his whereabouts, please call the Curtis tip line. I've set up at 1-800-FIND-HIM. That's 1-800-346-3446. Thank you so much, everyone. Please stay safe out there.
Thank you for that sobering reminder, Teresa. Of course, we all miss Curtis and are frustrated by the lack of development on that part of the case. But we have made some progress in the search for Big Arza. Isn't that right, Amanda?
Facts. Last week I talked to Blaze and Kutch about their alleged involvement in Arza's disappearance. Our friend Scoop the Loop made a pretty convincing case that the kids couldn't have done it. Do Forkians agree? Let's find out. In this next segment, we finally managed to snag an interview with head of the PTA and wife of Mayor Walter McCormick, Melissa Graham McCormick.
And her twin sister, school principal, Melinda Graham.
Move over, Kim. It's RFA's turn to break the internet.
You can break it?
What? No. It's like an expression from the you know what? Never mind. Just go on, girl. Just go on.
Okay.
Just talk.
Well, the two sisters, joined by the mayor himself, came into the studio earlier this week for a recorded discussion with yours truly. Evan, could you play the recording? Thank you all for coming to the studio today. Getting both Graham twins in the same room really was a huge coup.
You're so welcome, Bethany. I'm just so happy that you're putting a spotlight on the beautiful little paradise that is American Fork. Yes, let's focus on the beautiful town instead of the mysterious disappearance. Oh, hush. You're always raining on my parade. Well, maybe the reason I'm here is to remind you that not everything is a parade. Well, Mindy, it is the Christmas season. Maybe you could lighten up for once. It's easy to stay light when you've got a secret stash of Valium.
And welcome to you, Mayor McCormick.
Oh, please. Call me Mayor Walt.
Mayor Walt. Anyway, let's talk about the disappearance you mentioned.
I'm Melinda. I know it can be easy to confuse us sometimes, but just remember that her hair is 2 inches longer, and I'm the one who makes sense. She's also the one who has the miraculous ability to make any room colder just by walking into it. Well, not all of us learned how to convincingly fake a cheery disposition all the time to play politics in a town of just 30,000 people.
Yes, let's get back to talking about the town. Melinda, as the principal of American Fork High School, you must know the two young students from the big city who are causing such a stir.
Causing a stir? If by that you mean stealing a beloved town landmark.
Oh, honey, you don't know that those kids had anything to do with it.
Well, I do know that my friend, Eliza, who's also the town treasurer, told me that they sold her sweet little 9th grader vaporizer pods. They're bringing nothing but mango-flavored sin to this town.
No, they're just making a little mischief is all. We may have been lucky enough to never have to deal with teenage rebellion with our own beautiful children. But that doesn't mean it isn't out there.
But they are suspects, aren't they?
They are active suspects, yes, but they are very far down on our list.
And who's at the top of the list?
Well...
Exactly. Excuse me, but I'm pretty sure she was asking me.
Yes. As a high school principal, I'm sure you have unique insight into the minds of youths. Tell us, do you believe Blaze and Kush could really be behind Big Arza's disappearance?
Well, in school, we call them by their given names, Xenu and Emerald City. And no, I don't think there's any chance they're behind this. In fact, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they had nothing to do with that friar going missing. Oh, come on. There's no way you could know something like that. You're just saying that to disagree with me. No, I'm positive. Teenagers today don't know how to use tools or do things. That's not true! Brigham, Elijah, Dinah, Ryan, Hannah, and even little Orson can all use a hand plane. Isn't that right, Walt?
I suppose, but just because we taught our children how to do something doesn't mean every parent has taught their children how to do the same thing.
Hey, if your kids are so good at operating basic tools, maybe some of them had something to do with it. You bite your tongue!
Now, Mindy, that was awfully uncalled for.
You know our children would never go against our word, or the Lord's, for that matter.
Anyway, aside from believing that they don't possess the ability to use tools, are there any other reasons you're so certain Blaze and Kush, Xenu and Emerald City couldn't have been involved?
Well, it's simple, really. What we have here are two children who want nothing to do with this town and think they're way above it. Why would they stoop so low as to entangle themselves with one of its most beloved symbols? Because they're heathens who just want to watch the world burn!
Well, hang on there, Missy. She does have a point. Their whole thing is apathy, and committing grand larceny just to upset folks isn't exactly something apathetic people would do.
Exactly. You get it.
Still, though, that sounds like more of a hunch to me.
Uh-huh.
Can you really be positive they had nothing to do with it?
Yes, I'm positive. It's one of those things I just know. Call it a principal's premonition, if you want. See, in spite of the auras they project, they're really two very kind and passionate young people. Why, I once caught Emerald City helping another student with her English homework. And did you know that Xenu likes to compare and contrast Descartes and Pascal in his free time? I'm telling you, these aren't bad kids. They just need someone to look past their rough exteriors.
Wow. It sounds like you've really taken an interest in them.
No more so than any of my other students. I do make an effort to know what's going on in my halls, though.
And I'm sure all of the parents and teenagers in American Fork appreciate that. Walt, I saw you nodding along there a bit. Do you agree with your sister-in-law?
Well, I can't say I know nearly as much about these youngsters as she does. But as mayor of this fine city, in my opinion, the best gosh darn city in the whole country, I have a hard time believing that any of our inspired young people could commit such an act.
But they aren't our young people! I cannot believe...
Well, there you have it, folks. It's been such a privilege to have the mayor, the high school principal, and the head of the PTA all in the same studio at once. And can you believe they're all family? Thank you all so much for coming in today.
Anything we can do to help. It's been a real pleasure.
Have a good one, Bethany.
Wow, girl, you crushed that interview, and twins always trend.
Thanks. Those were certainly some personalities to juggle. And speaking of someone well-versed in juggling personalities, we have Detective Scoop in studio with us to analyze the interview.
Happy holidays! And as always, thank you for having me. I brought my homemade snickerdoodles in for everyone. So, please enjoy.
Detective Scoop, wow. I wouldn't have taken you for a baker, but thank you. Wow, these are delicious.
You're welcome. I am more than a detective, you know. I'm multifaceted. Layered, like a 7-layer dip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the confluence of many complex flavors, and I'm always around. Yet no one seems to pay much attention to me.
Hang on, Scoopy. We love having you around. Besides, where else are we going to find another world-renowned culinary detective?
You're right. And I do apologize. I suppose I get a little melancholy around the holidays. It's been a few years since I've spent them with anyone. I'm always analyzing. I guess for once I'd like to be the one analyzed. But anyways, I do, of course, have some insight on the interview we just heard.
Do you think Blaze and Kush did it now? Or do you agree with Melinda?
Neither, Bethany.
So, what are you saying?
I'm saying we have made a development here today. Though what the development is, not even I can be sure.
So, do you have any new suspects to add to our list?
You worry too much about lists. The names of the potential perpetrators rattle as the winds of justice blow through the forest of fairness, rustling up the leaves of innocence and guilt.
Wow, well, you are saying things. What does it all mean?
It means we're one step closer to the culprit.
Exciting! So, who do you think it is?
I don't know. But I do have a feeling, in much the same way that a name is but a parent's feeling of their child's future.
Whoa, that is a vibe. So, what are you feeling?
There's something that rubs me the wrong way about these McCormicks and Grahams. What is their fascination with these two out-of-town children?
Well, to be fair, we did ask them questions about Blaze and Kush.
And let me tell you something else. I've known that family since my youth, and I know that Mayor Walt is more whipped than the cream they serve at the church's Sunday bar. Why didn't he side with his wife, as he always does?
Maybe he figured as mayor it would look bad for him to point fingers at two minors without any evidence. Something like that could hurt his chances of getting reelected.
I don't think so. Disparaging outsiders is typically a great way to win over the citizens of the town. And beyond that, I'm fortunate enough to have a sixth sense. And that sixth sense is justice.
Fantastic. Well, on that predictably underwhelming note, I'm Bethany Lake, and this has been American Fork. Until next bite, America.
Here she is. All right, we got Lori, we got Emily.
Whoa!
And
Ian coming in?
Emily,
Ian is here. All right.
Hello!
have you shown us your marshmallow toes yet since we've been on air? I don't think
Ew,
you've been.
what?
I don't
No,
think you've had a chance.
I have not. Okay, so
What's wrong
I'm
with your
wearing
toes?
my holiday onesie. Oh, you're gonna love it.
They're marshmallows.
I'm disgusted, but also it's so cute.
I know. It's so great. Oh, I want to eat them.
And that's my workout for the day too. So
Oh,
perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, that was really
Great
good.
job tonight, guys.
I was impressed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great job with the script tonight. So
Oh, yes.
it's like we're one step closer to finding out who did it, except not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
More
think
intrigue.
And that
I
could
feel
be
like-
just
I
the
feel like
general
the-
theme, yeah.
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 The culprit's gonna just like crash into the studio. I feel like they're just gonna fall through the roof of the
Yeah.
studio.
It's
out of a
like-
hot air balloon.
I was in the next state over. I ran as soon as I heard the first episode. I didn't.
Yeah. I've had a very guilty conscience, just no transportation.
Yeah. The car was in the
I
shop.
think it was
Yeah.
George Soros,
Um,
but that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Not a bad guess.
I feel vindicated because Scoop, my spirit animal of this show, pointed out that yeah, the twins are suspicious. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
There's something
Well, you
going
might be right, or you might
Scoop,
be
there
wrong.
it is.
Ooh.
Scoop,
Yeah.
there it is.
Sounds like
but
we're
you
not
didn't-
getting any answers.
Well, actually, that was one thing from the beginning of the season. I asked Jeff and Ahmed if they wanted us to tell them, as the story develops, and they said no.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I think that's the way to do it.
It's more
So
interesting.
you guys are flying blind, but we actually finally kind of sat down.
I think that was
and
also
did a
good for us
big
at the beginning,
diagram.
'cause we didn't have to figure it out until like last week. Yeah.
And we sat down for a few hours, and a lot of the questions we had when we first started writing by now have kind of answered themselves as the characters sort of flew off the page thanks to you guys. So yeah, definitely excited to see what's coming next.
Yeah, great job tonight, everyone.
Awesome
I was so glad that I was late to miss the first read through, so I didn't get to hear Gary do Teresa's rant like the first time through.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, we got to write her in more, and I think Gary should always be her now. So.
I almost died. That was
Me
easy.
too.
Really good.
You couldn't see me, but I was choking on air.
Also, I think that the number 2 MVP was Lori tonight.
Yeah, Lori,
Yes.
great.
Amazing
Yeah.
job.
So
Definitely.
I'm barely conscious. Like I wasn't
Perfect.
kidding about being 10 sheets to the wind. I mean, I said 4 before,
Dude.
but now
It
I'm
was
10.
4, yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Now
it's
it's 10?
Fine, whatever the
exponentially-
process was, just repeat it. Yeah.
The
You did-
trajectory
Yeah.
is very much upwards.
Like
Yeah. Well,
Very-
definitely both twins though deserve some recognition.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
that
sure.
That was
great.
great.
That was
awesome.
awesome.
I'm really good at playing older ladies. What can I say? It's just one of my specialties.
It's just my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dumbledore clap.
What's that?
And Annie
Dumbledore clap?
shined as always.
This is Dumbledore clap.
Ah, so it is.
The main thing is the bow. The main
I thought
thing
you were gonna
about
make
my
a joke about a
performance
window
was
or
the
something.
bow.
Okay. So you guys, thanks so much again for another.
Thank
great
you. And
Yeah, thanks for doing it again. Appreciate
a
it.
merry, happy everything to everyone. Happy 7th night of Hanukkah to my fellow
Happy 7th
members
night
of the
of
tribe out
Hanukkah.
there.
Yeah, how many
What do I
episodes
say
we
to
have?
wish you a happy? Am I like shalom or like what do I say? How do I say that?
You can say happy Hanukkah.
Happy
That
Hanukkah!
works. Thank you.
But
So
before you guys go, how many
Yes.
episodes do you have?
So we have done 5, and the season is 12 episodes long.
All right.
Ooh.
So we got a
So
year.
full year, yeah. And
Yeah.
don't forget, you promised that we could film the last episode in American Fork.
Hey,
You said
you know what?
that.
Maybe
Don't forget
maybe
that.
Maybe we should fucking do it. I mean,
I think we should.
That would be fucking
Yeah.
great.
Post
I
COVID,
would
Utah,
love
pretty
to-
nice.
No, but it'll be August. So like the vaccine will
Yeah.
have been out for a while. Hopefully people.
Yeah.
No, don't do it in August.
Birthday.
What?
Don't do it in
Why not August?
It'll be my birthday in August
My-
23rd.
Hold up. Well, we can do this probably off the air.
Sure.
Yeah, but there's a month I can't do it.
And it's
Oh yeah,
all-
mid-August is fine.
Okay.
Just
Well.
do everything around me. That's the
Yes,
season.
better not clash
we're
with
going
Dragon
to
Con.
Utah.
Right.
All
And
right.
if-
thanks
No
so much
clashing
for
with
having
Dragon
us.
Con because some of us are going to be at
Thank you,
Dragon
guys.
Con, but that might be early September. So.
Oh, right. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on Dragon Con. We got to do that. We got to come back.
Yes.
Okay, so I just left a link to the playlist of the first 4 episodes of American Fork. They
Go
are
watch
on our
'em.
YouTube channel, separated out. Everything's segmented out now, guys. So if there's a favorite thing about this show that you like to watch, just check our channel, find the playlist that has all of those on there, and you can follow it all. So again, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for these little episodes, and I can't wait for next month.
Thank you guys
See
again.
you next month.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy
all right.
holidays.
All right, so
Very
our
happy.
next segment is another. Yes, please. Yeah. Let's go. There we go. Thank you, audience. Thank you, audience.